Hello everyone. This is the reading for the week of January 13th through the 19th of 2014. As you can see, I already went ahead and shuffled the cards and pulled them out because for me, shuffling takes a little while, so I don't want to make you all sit and watch me do that this week. So let me go ahead and show you what I've got out for the reading today. As always, I have my tea light candle to represent spirit, my selenite tower to just draw in all kinds of positive energies, black tourmaline to deflect negativity, amethyst right here in the center for psychism and clairvoyance, and over here I have my clear quartz crystal for clarity. And this week I felt like I really needed to add my beautiful fluorite crystal. Fluorite is really good for just balancing energies. It's good for balancing the masculine and the feminine, good for balancing work and play, good for balancing emotions and, mentality, it's just good for balancing energies, period. And over here, I have, this is actually one of my newer crystals. This is amazonite, which is really good for work energy, like career energy. It's good for success and all that good stuff. So I wanted to add that today. And over here, I have a stick of cedar incense burning. And cedar is a very spiritual scent because cedar is a very spiritual tree to work with. It's really good for protection, not only in the realm of spirit, but in everyday life. Cedar is a very strong tree, very wise. So the angels told me to add that to the reading today. The cards that I am using, it's the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. This is not my favorite tarot deck to work with, but so far it has never given me any problems. So I do love this deck. So to represent Monday and Tuesday, we have the Star, Archangel Jophiel. She is just absolutely beautiful. And she is the angel of beauty. So whenever I see the Star card come up, for me personally, I interpret it a little bit differently than how it's usually interpreted. For me, the star is the light at the end of the tunnel. It's that guiding light when you're walking this long, winding path and you're not really sure which direction you're supposed to be going. It's that end goal that you keep your eyes on through the entire journey, and you just follow it until you get there. And with every step, you get closer. But the star typically represents healing and just overall happiness. So this week we have a lot of beauty energy. I don't mean physical beauty. I mean true beauty. It's that goodness that comes from the spirit. And we're seeing a lot of that in the beginning of this week coming out, where your spirit is trying to get back on track and trying to get you to focus on one goal that you have been neglecting. Focus on that guiding light that you were following before. So for the middle of this week, we have the 10 of Air, or the 10 of Swords. So this card, I'm not real familiar with the suit of swords, not as familiar as I should be, because I don't get very many swords in my personal readings. I get a lot of cups and a lot of wands in my personal readings. So, but all tens in the tarot represent the end of a cycle. It's the ultimate good fortune or good luck, or just overall good. It's that ultimate stage before the cycle begins again. And this one, the suit of air, is about mentality. It's about the mental part of our being, our mental capacity, our thoughts, our mental desires, because there's a difference between emotional desires and mental desires. And this one, the 10 of air, represents the end of something that has really been troubling you, not only emotionally but mentally, especially mentally. It's that little nagging voice at the back of your mind that just will not let it go, that's been trying to get you to focus on this again. And in the middle of this week, we're seeing the end of that particular difficult situation. We're seeing, combined with the beginning of this week, it's very good. We're seeing you kind of getting back on track with whatever your goals were. I know that we just got through the Christmas season and the New Year season, so this is the perfect time to kind of get yourself back on track with what it is that you wanted to do. If you wanted to do volunteer work, or if you wanted to try your hand at writing or drawing or teaching, we're seeing with this week you kind of getting back on track with that so far. So to represent the weekend, we have release, Archangel Azrael. So typically this is the death card in the tarot cards. And a lot of times the death card scares people when it comes up, because you see death and you think about death, and a lot of people are afraid of death. But in the tarot, the death card isn't literal death. It's all about a transformation and just kind of getting rid of the things that no longer serve you, both in your environment and within yourself. It's those nagging thoughts and those feelings that you didn't deal with, that you should have dealt with, and just all of that. And it's just taking those things and letting them go, getting rid of them, getting rid of the things that no longer serve you, and just letting that energy that you just released, letting that kind of act as a fertilizer for a new beginning, for a significant transformation, for a really big change. And one thing that I feel like I really need to point out, because I feel like somebody is watching this that really needs healing from Archangel Azrael. Azrael is kind of, I'm not really sure how to put this. In a way, he's kind of like the guardian of the underworld, in a way. He takes care of the people who have passed and basically leads them to wherever it is that they need to go. He protects them during that time of transition. And when we undergo our own transitions, Azrael is a really good angel to work with, because he can help us through, he can help us get through the death, so to speak, of the parts of us that no longer serve us. He can help us get through that change, and, help us get through that mourning stage where we don't want to let go, but we know that we have to, and it really hurts. Whether it's having to let go of a person, or having to let go of a thought process or a belief, or just maybe even something as small as a personality trait that you find unattractive in yourself. So this week we're seeing a lot of personal change and a lot of just getting yourself back on track, getting balance back into your life, and especially back into your spirit. And seeing that we had 2 archangels appear in this card, or in this reading, we have a lot of angelic protection around this week. Even if you don't realize that they're there, they are. And they're making sure that you have the opportunity to undergo these changes in a way that doesn't hurt you, but rather lifts you up and gets you to your true form of beauty, whatever that may end up being. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I really hope that this helps. And I am wishing you all a very blessed week. And I will see you next week.